I'm here with Lori from La Borda de Mai, and she's going to revamp a piece of furniture for us for the Vague de Concours for the winter edition. So the first step that Lori's going to do is apply our cleaner and varnish remover, and we have it here. So we apply it all over the piece of furniture. This piece of furniture has not had any oil products on it, so no oil varnish, no oil paint. We're going to let it work for about 20 to 30 minutes, and when she's finished that, we will come in with a bucket of warm water and a cloth, remove all of the cleaner, and to find out if you've removed all of the cleaner or if there's any residue or anything left on your furniture, you will see if it's still glossy, or if you touch it and it's tacky, that means that you need to do this step again. Okay, so we're back with Lori. It's been 30 minutes. Now she's going to take her bucket of warm water. She's going to wet her cloth. She's going to squeeze it out because we don't want it to be too wet. You just want it to be damp. And she's going to wipe down her surface to remove any of the cleaner, any residue, any oils, waxes that were left on your piece of furniture. So we're back to the next step. Lori and I are using our Colorantic sanding blocks. They come in 2 grains, so we have the red, which is a 120, and the blue, which is an 80. So we're going to use our blue one, and we're going to come in and we're going to sand all over our piece. Again, be sure to rough it up everywhere so that your paint will have better, be able to adhere to your surface. So now we've finished our sanding, and we're going to come in again with our bucket of warm water. So we will wet our rags, squeeze out all the excess water, and we're going to come in and remove any of that dust that is left over from the sanding. So you go in, you try and get in all your cracks. You don't want your cloth to be too wet. You don't want it to leave any water really on your surface. It's just to remove the dust that is there. You clean that all off. At this point, once you have done your rinse, you might find that there's a few places that you need to come back in, do another fine little sanding, and you would repeat the same step, come in, rinse off any dust that you have. After we have finished washing down our piece of furniture, the next step that we strongly suggest is to apply a primer. Especially if you don't know what was on your piece of furniture before you started. So if it had an oil primer, an oil paint, an oil varnish, anything that had a high gloss is highly suggested to put on a primer so that your paint will adhere to your surface. So as you can see on this piece, we did not apply a primer. We already know that we didn't have any oil products on this piece, so we're going to go directly with the next step. We're going to use our number 6 oval purple brush, and the color we've chose is the color Night, so it's a nice black. We're going to come in with our brush, and we're going to go into all the detailed areas where you can't get to with a roller. So our paints are COV approved. They're all water-based, they're not oil. And they also, as you can see, our paint is nice and thick, and then it has really good coverage. So depending on what color was existing beforehand, sometimes you're only needing 1 coat. Other times it might be 2 to 3, but it has really good coverage. So once we've finished coming in with our number 6 violet brush to do all the little details, you can come in with our velour foam roller, and do the larger surfaces. So when it comes to doing the top, the sides, even in the door panel, anytime you have a bigger project, it's always suggested to come in. It gives a nice smooth finish and better coverage. So now we're at the finishing steps. We've applied 2 coats of our black paint, our Night, and now we're giving a little bit of an effect here with our clear window glaze that we're going to apply in certain areas to use kind of as a glue so that we can come in with our sparkles. So we take a little bit of our glaze, we'll apply it where we want to add in some of those sparkles. And then she's just going to come in with her brush, do a flickering motion, and just put on some of those sparkles, and the excess we can come in later and brush it off. Once we've let this have time to dry, we'll come back in and we will apply our clear glaze all over the piece of furniture. So we decided that we wanted to add a little something else, so we're coming in with our sparkling metallic, and we're coming in to get into these details to make them stand out a little bit more. So Lori's going to apply onto the detail. Then I'm just going to follow in with a damp cloth and just come in and trying to remove a little bit of what you don't want. You still have a little bit of time. It doesn't dry immediately. So you can come in, remove anywhere that you find you have too much. Leave more maybe in your detail work. There, it enhances your piece of furniture. And once we're done with all the little details, then we'll come in and we'll put our clear glaze as our finishing product.